What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in. In this video, we're taking a little bit deeper dive into our new partnership with Kubota Tractor, and not only what it means for us, Hunt the Front, the race team, and the YouTube channel, but what Kubota's interest in dirt track racing, what it means for the sport as a whole. This video is just a clip of a more than hour-long podcast we recorded for HTF Nation over on Patreon. We talked about other things like changes that you may or may not see for our race team going forward, the added pressure to perform now, and then the difficulties with a major change like this, the ripple effect, if you will, with making a move like this. If you're interested in hearing the entire thing, it's over on HTF Nation on Patreon. It's patreon.com/huntthefront. Check it out. The link is in the description of the video as well. Long story short, we are excited to welcome Kubota onto the team, Kubota Tractor, onto the program as the presenting sponsor of our YouTube channel, Hunt the Front on YouTube, presented by Kubota Tractor, and also the primary sponsor of our race team. So really excited about that. A really big company and prominent, well-known company that is interested in not only dirt track racing and investing in dirt track racing, but us wanting us to be a part of that and being one of the groups, whatever you want to call us, our team that represents their brand as they invest in our sport. That's what to me is the most exciting about it. It's great to have Kubota on the side of our car and Kubota a part of our team, but I think the coolest thing about this is how it's obvious they see benefit in being value with being associated with dirt track racing. And y'all feel kind of the same way, and it's just, to me, it's a cool step forward for our sport, for our industry.
I feel the same way. You love to see that.
Yeah, and it's awesome that they chose us to, like you said, be one of their representatives and try to get their name out there, and all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say right now, best thing we can do. Hey, won't y'all just start off by going and liking the Kubota Facebook page?
Yeah, that's a good start.
We tagged them in our Facebook post. Kubota Tractor.
Go give them a little like and follow real quick.
Yeah. I'll add to that and just say, like clearly, as you've pointed out multiple times, Jonathan, this is, it's not just us. Kubota is making a big push into dirt track racing with High Limit, the Flow Racing Night in America, and Dirt Tracker, and now our race team and our YouTube channel. It's pretty cool to be a part of something that big, right? Like, it's not, this is Kubota, the international, $1 billion organization,
the second largest tractor company in the world.
Yeah, 100+ year history. They're on all the big major corporation lists, right? Financial lists that and all that, and they came to us and said, hey, we see the dirt track audience is our prime audience, our prime avatar,
our people
in marketing, but is their people, that's a good way to put it, Jonathan, is their people. And we want to reach them through dirt track racing, and we think you would be a good fit for what we want to accomplish. We felt, that was pretty cool, right? To be a part of that, and then to become part of the not just negotiations, but the plans, with those other organizations who, we were talking Flow Racing, again, major $1 million corporation, right? Like, in the, Flow Sports, not just Flow Racing, Flow Sports, and what they, how big they are. And then, High Limit and everything, Kyle Larson and Brad Sweet are doing, and Dirt Tracker too. He does a great job. Clearly they saw YouTube, reach as a value between us and Dirt Tracker and Justin Fielder. So, it's pretty cool to be a part of it. And, we felt like, you go back, you look at, I don't think people understand how big, our sport is small, right? Compared to like NASCAR and big sports, but it is still fairly big, and it requires major sponsorship at the higher levels, right? Like, and I don't think people realize where, this sport is where it is today. It wouldn't be quite as big. There would be a difference if, World of Outlaws all those years ago didn't have Pennzoil for so long, right? And you go down the list, then you had Lucas Oil come in with the Lucas Oil Late Model Series. Like, how different would would dirt late model racing be if Lucas Oil hadn't decided to invest in dirt track racing,
Exactly.
right? And specifically dirt late model racing. How different would our sport be? And I have no idea, how, I'm not saying, Kubota seems to be committed to doing this, long term and being around for a while, but I'm not saying they're going to be the next Lucas Oil, but, it would be, I think for us to, I think it'd be dumb for us to not want to be a part of that. Right.
Yeah.
And what they, potentially could be for the sport. And not only that, but the way they pitched it to us is, it's not just about selling tractors or tractor parts, right? That's not ultimately that's what, companies have to be profitable and have to bring in revenue to operate,
Right.
but it's more about supporting what their people, as you put it, Jonathan, rural Americans, what they're passionate about, right? Like they support, what drives rural Americans, obviously tractors, tractor equipment, farm equipment, construction equipment. They provide that to help drive rural America, but they also see value in supporting, what we rural Americans are passionate about. And one of the biggest things is dirt track racing, right? So, that pitch was kind of like, hey, we won't be a part of that.
Hey, right? It felt to me like we had a lot on our shoulders to help make this happen, to help facilitate, to bring to clearly Kubota had done their research and saw opportunity here, but it's like, we can't mess this up for everybody else. You know what I mean? What if we don't get this right and Kubota says, well, we tried to get into dirt track racing, but no one seemed interested. You know what I mean? I just thought it was cool when this all came about, and it's like, so Kubota wants to get in, sees value in being a part of dirt track racing, and B, to make that happen, we were one of the first people they called. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It's something I'm super excited about and proud that we were able to put it together, because it wasn't easy, as Joshua well knows. And then also proud to be a part of it. I suppose that's my feelings on it. And it's just like, it's cool to see, because people don't understand. I mean, a lot of people do understand. A lot of people are just like us, and dirt track racing is their life, right? And this goes back many years before Hunt the Front. It's what we do. It's what we've always done. And I just feel like, over the past couple months, you've seen a very positive step forward for dirt track racing, with Kubota getting involved and seeing the value and the connection with dirt track racing.
And another thing is, you don't see like hardly any corporate sponsorships in our sport, like very few. So maybe this is the first step of maybe, who knows, maybe there's other corporate companies that are going to look at this and say, man, I want in on this, and then go help somebody else. It opens the door possibly for other corporate companies to come in and invest in our sport and help other drivers and teams or series or whatever the case may be.
I think it also, you hear a lot, it's hard to see it and know for sure, but you hear a lot of people saying how it feels like dirt track racing is growing, becoming more and more popular, with the streaming, with Flow, with Larson, and more NASCAR guys seeming to wanting to get involved in dirt track racing, more crossover, I guess you could say. But to me, this is a definite sign that is true, that you can't deny that we're on the upswing as a sport. It's just cool, man. It's just exciting. I don't know how else to put it. But
it's a good sign for the sport. Obviously we're excited for what it means for us, in the Hunt the Front race team and everything we're doing with content and the YouTube channel and some other stuff that hopefully is going to come about, from this in the future that we're potentially working toward. But in general, like you said, it's a positive sign for the sport that more, and there are other major corporations involved in our sport. We just don't, other people are doing a great job with their marketing efforts as well. And it's what it's going to take. I was just listening to the podcast or YouTube video / podcast Kenny Wallace did with Michael Rigsby, and they spent a significant amount of time talking about how expensive this sport's becoming. Right. And it's been harped on a lot, and it's going to, take, major corporate sponsorship dollars and advertising dollars is what it is. To keep it, help sustain it, I think.
Right.
And, I think there's, we're seeing enough interest and not just from the I think they call it endemic, right? The people, the oil companies, the stuff that's kind of in motorsports already. We're seeing people, other industries, now getting interested in supporting, in advertising in our sport and bringing their advertising dollars to grassroots racing. So hopefully that continues, and this is a sign of more to come in the future, as our sport continues to grow.
All right, y'all, we hope you enjoyed that. If you want to listen to the entire podcast, it's over on patreon.com/huntthefront. That link is also in the description of the video. Thanks for watching this video. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a clip or a live stream in the future.